Have you been thinking about selling your house, but you're unsure when to list your property? In today's video, we're going to go over what key factors to be looking for to determine when exactly you should list your property. Hello everyone, I'm Jen, your Delaware Realtor. Welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, I'm a local Delaware real estate agent that basically covers the entire state because we are so small. So whether you're looking to buy or sell in Delaware, I would absolutely love the opportunity to help you. My information is down below in the description, so please feel free to send me an email. Okay, so most of the time when I have sellers call me to list their property, I have two different scenarios. One is they want to list their property right now. If I could get it on the market yesterday, they would be okay with that. And then the other is they are just calling to kind of get some information. They want me to come take a look at their property, see what needs to be done, and they're really unsure as to when to list their property. Now, sometimes they do have a general idea of when they would like to list. Usually that is spring and early summer. Yes, seasonality in the real estate market. The market gets hot in the spring and early summer months. But that is not to say that it is not a great time to sell your home in the winter months or even towards Christmas or any of the other times of the year. And honestly, in today's market, no matter when you list your property, it is a good time because there is no inventory essentially. Now, if we were in a buyer's market, we would be talking a totally different story. But for right now, because we're in a red hot seller's market with no inventory on the market, it doesn't really matter when you list your house. It is going to sell essentially, as long as it's priced correctly and you take professional photos and all of these other different things that we'll go into in another video. So yes, I do think that timing is a factor in determining your success of your home sale, but right now it's really about just getting your home ready to sell and put it up on the market. Now, when it comes to my listings, what I like to do is go into coming soon status. And what that is I'll go into a coming soon status on, say, a Wednesday or a Thursday, and that is letting agents know that the property is coming onto the market. It kind of drums up that interest, and then you're able to kind of gauge what your showings are going to look like. Agents can schedule a couple days in advance, and then this way you can be prepared for your showings. Then I would like to go active on a Friday. And the reason is because honestly, more people are just off on the weekends and it's just an easier time to show the property. What I also suggest is if there are a lot of showings scheduled, I suggest maybe going to stay with family, going on a vacation, going to get an Airbnb, a hotel or something like that. This way you're not inconvenienced for the weekend. Most of the time we have showings Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And in today's market, it seems like we have offers within the first couple of days. Now, as the interest rates start to go up, we may see properties start to sit on the market for a little bit longer. So expect maybe 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks even to be on the market. But most of the showings happen on the weekends. So just be prepared for that. Okay, so coming back to the seasonality portion. Now, yes, the real estate market does get hot in the spring and early summer months, but let's talk about a full year and what it normally looks like. In January, we do see buyer activity, but it's cold in Delaware, so a lot of times the buyer activity is down. But what's great for you as a seller is that not many people are listing their homes in January and February and even in some portions of March. So with you have more buyer activity going on with less competition on the market, which means that you're going to have multiple offers and normally over asking prices. Now, as we head towards the end of March, we do see buyer activity and the market start to pick up because, as it's known, usually throughout the media, is the market gets hot in the spring and early summer months. So we will see more listings start to come onto the market. So that goes usually until, I would say, July. July is when we hit our peak. In August, we do see more buyer activity, don't get me wrong, but towards the end of August, we see buyer activity start to kind of just come down slightly. And the reason is college kids are going back to school. You have families trying to get in last minute vacations with their kids going back to school in September. And honestly, it's just not much activity going on, and it's hot. So more people just want to be at the beach or the pool. As we come into the beginning of September, we do see families start to go back to school, like I said, get back into a routine. And so buyer activity isn't the greatest in the first 2 weeks of September. Towards the end of September, we do see families, they're back in that routine and they're ready to start looking for a house again. And that normally continues until I would say about 2 weeks before Thanksgiving. And in that case, most people, they're trying to get in before the holidays. Sometimes sellers decide that they don't want to show their property because they're trying to get ready for the holidays. They have people coming over, people coming into town, and it's just a lot's going on. After Thanksgiving, we do see a little bit of an uptick in buyer activity as a lot of people have gone to their families' houses and they're deciding, oh, well, I want that. Maybe we should list our house. So then that normally continues until 2 weeks before Christmas. And then the week between Christmas and New Year is when we see an insane amount of buyer activity pick up. And honestly, it's because of what I just said. People go to people's houses for the holidays and they realize they need more space or they want what the Joneses have, and they're just deciding we need to get out of this house. And then we're back into January where we just talked about. One of the factors to take into consideration are the interest rates. Now, as we've seen, as interest rates start to go up, we are seeing buyer activity slightly take a downturn. And the reason is because the mortgage payment becomes more expensive. And honestly, buyers just get priced out of the market depending on the price range that you are currently in. Another factor to take into consideration is the condition of your home. Now, if there are things that your realtor is suggesting that you may need to do before listing your home, you want to get them done quickly as possible, like I said, because your home will sell quickly if it is in good condition. And keep in mind, if your realtor is asking you to maybe declutter and what I call pre-packing, there's a reason for it. And the reason is because not only are they selling the home to a potential buyer, but they're also selling a lifestyle. And what I mean by that is if you have, let's say that all of your closets are organized. A buyer comes in, they see that, they all of a sudden think by purchasing this home that they're going to be organized. They've seen it done. They know what your closet looks like now, and they can mimic it essentially. We'll go into more detail with that in another video. And lastly, another thing to consider would be your personal circumstances. So, are you in a position to trade up right now your interest rate? Are you in a position to take on a larger property? Are you in a position that maybe you have a huge house and you've decided it's just the two of you and you want to downsize? There are many different circumstances to take into consideration. Or another big one that I see is maybe you're having a baby, or maybe you're moving positions in your job. Maybe you're starting to work from home. There are many different circumstances to take into consideration on when is the best time to sell for you personally. Okay, so that about wraps up when is the best time to sell. So let's go over what we just talked about. So we talked about seasonality, but like I said, it doesn't really matter when you list your house right now because the market is hot and there's just no inventory on the market. We also talked about interest rates, and if the interest rate is higher, we do see buyer activity start to come down slightly, and it's because of the mortgage payment just being out of the buyer's control and not in their price range. We also talked about the condition of the home. If your home needs a little bit of work to get on the market, make sure you get that done kind of quickly, and then we can get you on the market and get your house sold. And lastly, about personal circumstances. So whether that be that you're having a baby, or you're moving because of a job, or you've decided you want a larger house just because you're running out of space, or maybe you've decided that you want to downsize. There are so many different factors that go into making the decision to list your property. If you are interested in listing your property and you're curious about what the value would be of your home, There is a link down below in the description for an instant valuation of what your home is worth. You can also send me an email and I can give you a personalized comparable market analysis, and that will give you an idea of what your neighbor's house is sold for, what we think that your home could get, and when would be the best time to list your home. I would love to sit down and talk with you. I really hope that this video helped. If it did, be sure to give me a thumbs up. Be sure to subscribe to the channel, and I will see you in the next one. Hey, if you're interested in moving to Delaware, you should definitely check out this video right here. And if you would love to tour Delaware new construction homes with me, check out this playlist right here. And don't forget, subscribe to my channel.